Okay, class, weekly update 12. We had quite a few things this week, activities, calculations, and challenges. So let's go over those. Okay, so sharing the screen, we are in your Oaks class, module 6, week 2, samples and examples. So lots of folks in here for the activities. I really liked Calvin's explanations and Noah's explanations for the flag and curtain intervals. And let's check out James, a few of these here. James's activities. So really nice job on the linelet font, right? It gets clunkier as you go. There's fewer dots that you're connecting. Really nice job also for James here doing these curtain intervals and the page curtains, right? He's doing the flags and the pages, putting them up in the corner of his room and showing each one. How he's plotting those. And similarly, oh, and excellent clear work on the calculations, how they match. Right, and then let's go back and take a look at trips. So Trip, nice job also on the flags, right? So showing each one, he's plotting them in his desktop coordinate system. And, oh, and then, yeah, so some surfaces, he's trying to create his own surface. This was create your own parametric surface. So a couple neat ones that he did there from different angles. All right, and then let's check. Also, Phoebe and Haley had some nice ones. Gavin and Chris, those. Chris's users and then creating this thing. Yeah, he's got a couple state rep ones there and pretty steep slide. And showing the equations we used in that. And maybe one, I liked Haley and Grace's explanations as well. And so Haley and the activities. She did a nice job presenting the thought process on the matching. Right? And these matching, she showed how she broke down the grid curves. So the U equals K and the V equals K and what families they create, and that's how she's able to narrow it down. Maybe one more we'll look at for the activities, the race. So yeah, really nice on the font. Also did the grid curve approach where these, you can see V equals 1, V equals 2, V equals 3, single family. Oh yeah, that's it. She did Flats the Flounder, SpongeBob. So she tried to create these two different profiles of flats. And then her hand tangents, color coded. So really nice job, Grace. Okay, and then let's go back and for the calculations, lots of folks I put in here, Calvin, Noah, usually really clear, do lots of the problems, James, Phoebe, and Grace. And maybe we'll just look at one of these. And let's say, calculations, we'll do those. Yeah, so this is just very clear, very easy to see what he was doing with each of the calculations. And sometimes when you have to resort to a tech tool, it goes here for it again. Yeah, so using the enough on some of these as they get nicer and nicer with the surface area. Okay, and then the last thing I had this week was challenges, and there's a couple of groups that had some sick and health issues. So I won't show those, but I'll just talk a few few of them. So most groups did the Vandal problem, really nice job on that. In fact, I love the pictures from Sharika and Aaron. Your group was really clear the way you were showing those tangent lines for each of their T-equals, the 3 different T-equals setups. Calvin and Isabel, same thing, really clear in pictures, and Noah and David. And then the only group to do level ups this time was group 7, so that's Tripp, Chris, and Jake, so nice job on that. Very clear also, I think Noah and David had a really nice discussion about would this hold up in court of law for that vandal, where it was shot from, and the fact that the statue we were assuming was at a point was just like a dot and wouldn't have any three-dimensional aspect to it. So they talked about that, like it probably was going to hit somewhere, not directly in the center of that statue, which was the point, but it probably was the middle one that did it. Okay, then 2 groups tried the auditorium, number 6, that was Phoebe and Lauren, and then group 8 was Haley, Kendra, and Wade. And really nice visuals for that one from group 8, Haley, Kendra, and Wade. And then the only group to do the roller coaster problem was group 7, that was Grace, Kyla, and Gavin. And excellent, I'd love to show this picture, but again, some folks are still working, but they had 3 sections of the roller coaster, each one had its own RFT. And they talked about how they were able to get them to link up, but it was kind of hard. This roller coaster is doing something, and then this one comes in, it does touch, but the tangents are off, so it's a non-smooth point. And so the roller coasters probably, if you were doing this in real life, would have to like slow down and turn along this track. And they talked about how they got tangents to do that. And then they also had a really nice discussion of on this roller coaster where they would put the coaster cam. To them, they wanted to put it at the place of maximum curvature because they thought they'd get the most sort of animated reactions from people on the coaster. So really nice way of connecting all the ideas in the chapter. So excellent work. Okay, so you guys are on to module 7. There's 2 more weeks on that. So the last chapter and the last book this semester. So we're really winding down. A whole new topic is vector fields, really interesting uses. And so usual format, except this time we don't have the challenge problem. If you want to do it, it's optional bonus. You can do it with your group, by yourself, with a subgroup. So you have lots of options to do that. And let us know. You can submit that. Just make sure you email Chloe and I if you are going to choose to do module 7's challenge, which will be at the end of week 2. Okay, and then as we get closer, we're going to talk about the final. But again, just keep thinking about all of these activities, challenge, calculation problems and challenges as ways to help you study and prep for that final. So with the approach like that, it becomes fun and saving you work down the line. All right, have a good week and we'll catch up soon.